friends, it's me, Jenna Reads123, and welcome to my Bookopolathon vlog. So, Bookopolathon is a 48-hour readathon hosted by Becca and her books, based off of the TBR game Bookopoly, which is Monopoly but with book prompts on the board instead. And I think it's going to be so much fun. How it works is every 12 hours she is going to roll the dice on her 2019 and the 2020 board, and we are going to get 2 prompts that we can choose from to read. I think it's going to be so much fun, and I'm really excited, and I'm actually starting now, Friday at 7 p.m. because I'm in a different time zone, so that's, I want to keep track of when she actually like puts out the like the prompt. Like for her it's going to be noon, for me it'll be 7 a.m, you know? So yeah, I'm really excited, it's going to be so much fun, and I can't wait to share my progress with y'all in this video. So the first card that she picked, or the first like prompt that came up was paranormal, magical realism, fabulism, and so for this I have Life and Death by Stephanie Meyer. This is the gender-bent retelling of Twilight. I think it'll be great for this readathon because I devoured Twilight. When I read those back in grade 9, I stayed up 4 days consecutively reading each book until 2 a.m. and so I think this is going to be a very good read for that, and I'm excited to get back into it and see if I feel like reading Midnight Sun or not. I don't know. And then because I'm extra, I'm not gonna try and do one prompt, like choose between them. I'm gonna try and do both, because why not do that to myself? I'm not gonna like be strict on this because I want to have fun and I don't want to be stressed, but I am going to be trying to read 8 books this weekend. Yeah. So for the next one, it was a chance card, so basically you had to find an even number of books that you wanted to read and books that you didn't, and choose between them, and I just posted a poll on Twitter, so then she retweeted it, and my results were Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This was one of the books I didn't want to read because I'm kind of scared to read it, because I heard like it's such a popular series, yet a lot of people don't really like it. So I don't know, but I did enjoy Six of Crows when I read it, but I heard that was better, so like, I don't know what's up, but yeah. It's also kind of long, and I wanted short books for this readathon, so I could actually read all 8, but we'll see. It's fine. It's fine. Look, Riordan blurbed it, so I believe it. It's like a Russia-inspired fantasy where like, some people are like Grisha, so they have like magical powers and kind of thing, and they're trying to... Honestly, I don't know that much about what it's about, so I am excited to read this, but this is like the backup book. I'm going to be like choosing like a main book for each like prompt and a backup book, and so my main book is Life and Death, so that's the one I'm going to read. I'm going to read it before I go to sleep tonight, and I'm going to finish it, and maybe I'll start the next one, but we'll see. I don't know. So that's all the updates I have for right now. See you in a second. It is now about 10 o'clock and I am only halfway through. I'm enjoying it so far. It's more insta-love than I remembered, but like, that makes sense. Also, I don't like how at the beginning, it hasn't been mentioned much later, but it was all like, oh my gosh, I'm so OCD. You can't say that. It's like an actual disorder that like people have to struggle with every single day, so like I don't appreciate you just being like, oh my god, I'm so OCD, like the dishes up. No, bro. That's not how it works. But yeah, I'm vibing. It is an exciting, I don't know if exciting. It's a quality read. Like, it's not gonna change my life, but I'm enjoying myself. So yeah, gonna keep going, and I'm gonna finish this, and I'm not allowed to go to sleep until I finish this, and I'm tired. So I hope I finish it soon. Hello friends, it is Saturday now. It's about 8 a.m. and I have finished Life and Death. I like stopped like with like 40 pages left or something before I went to sleep because I was just tired and I couldn't do it. So yeah, my thoughts, I think I'm gonna give this like a 3-star. I was enjoying it, but like if I could put it down and not really care. It didn't pull me in nearly as much as the like books did when I read them for the first time, like the original ones. Probably because I already knew, for the most part, what exactly happened in the story. There were some things that changed, and I think it would be really neat to like go through and like find all the little changes between them, but I don't care enough to do that. The ending was different. It went a different route, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because we got to see what would happen if that happened. But yeah, overall, it was, like, fine. Like I said, I it wasn't a struggle to read it, but I could put it down and not really care. It kind of made me want to, like, rewatch the movies, or, like, reread the books. But, like, the movies were a bigger part of, like, my life. It's very insta-love. Like, it's so insta-love. It's like, oh, I'm in love with you now. It is kind of stalker-ish. It's like, oh, I thought of this one while you were sleeping. It's your song. And I was like, one thing that really bothered me in the beginning doesn't have any relation to the plot, the characters, anything, but Bo said a couple times, like, oh, I'm so OCD, like, things have to be in order. And I'm like, you can't do that. Obsessive compulsive disorder is, like, an actual mental disorder that people have to struggle through and deal with every single day. It takes over their lives. You can't say you're OCD just because you're a neat freak. So please don't. I did not appreciate that. That made me, like, Jabo, you know? But, like, he stopped saying that once we got into it. Stephanie wrote this book to kind of prove that it wasn't a damsel in distress thing for Bella. Like, she's kind of passive. It's not because she's, like, a girl and it's, like, a guy, like, taking care of it, whatever. It is a human in distress thing, and I totally got that, because Bo, again, he was just kind of there. He was just kind of chilling. It wasn't... Yeah, it's because everyone around him has, like, these vampire strength and all that, and then he's just, like, there. So I did appreciate that. I thought that was neat, and it was neat to read this. Yeah. Like I said, 3 stars, and I wrote notes. That's what I'm looking at, if you were curious. But yeah, the ending, kind of vibed with it. I was wondering how it was gonna go, because there's no way you could do Breaking Dawn with gender swap, because a large portion of that revolves around something that is only possible in the female anatomy. So I was like, but, like, it ended here. If Twilight was a 1-book series, this would be it. And I don't know, I thought that was cool. So yeah, we done the first book. I didn't even start the Shadow and Bone. Oops, but maybe we'll get to it eventually. The next 2 rolls dropped while I was sleeping, and those were a culturally diverse book and a viewer recommends book. 3 or 4, I guess. So culturally diverse is a book that's, like, written about marginalized characters, or written set in a country different than yours, or that sort of thing. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I was like, oh, I have, like, a bunch of books, but then I was reading through, like, the Twitter feed thing, and somebody mentioned, like, oh, I can read a manga, and I was like, that's perfect. So I will be reading a manga. I haven't read any before. I got this one and another one because my friend was, like, selling them in a garage sale, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna snatch these, and she's like, sure. So yeah, this is On High Host Club by Bisco Hattori. I've watched, like, the first couple episodes of this, but then, like, whatever I was watching on didn't have, like, the last few, so I never finished it. So, you know, it'll be interesting to read. It's, like, backwards, in case you haven't read manga. It's, like, that way, so that's cool. And it's set in a different country than mine, so neat. Oh, I should probably say what it's about. Haruhi is a scholarship student at this, like, super elite, like, private school, and she accidentally breaks a very expensive vase and gets mistaken for a boy and joins the host club, which is, like, just a bunch of guys doing their thing with rich vases. Like I said, don't know too much about it, but it'll be interesting to read, and I'll get it off my TBR. Then we have a viewer recommends book, so just, like, a book that has been recommended to you through Instagram or, like, Twitter or YouTube or any of that. I have 2 options for this, but I'm probably gonna go with my second option. The first option is They Both Died at the End by Adam Silvera. I know this book is gonna make me sad, so I don't really want to read it, but I bought it partially because it, like, sounds like a good book in general, but also I had just seen somebody that I follow on Instagram being like, this book is so good. So we might be reading that. And then the next one is kind of a stretch, but it's also not, because, like, who wouldn't recommend this book? It's gold. And that's Percy Jackson the Lightning Thief. I have to read this for the Riordanverse Readalong. Come join us. Today's the 11th, and I have to read this by the 15th. So I think I'm actually going to do this, and then I'll read it today. And yeah, so I'm leaning more towards this one, but, like, this is a possibility. And then I suspect this won't take long because it is a lot of pictures. Yeah, that is it for this update. I will see you in a bit. It is now about 10 a.m. and I have officially finished my second read for the Bookopolathon on High School Host Club. This book was okay. It was kind of chaotic, and so I was just like, what's going on? I was like just a little confused. So like I didn't love it. It wasn't for me. I did love the TV show, the anime though, so I feel like that's just the way I would rather consume it. I don't know, but yeah, it was okay. I'm glad I read it. It was a very interesting read, but I'm not gonna continue on in the series or anything, so that's that. The second prompt, it was viewer recommends, and I was debating between They Both Die at the End or The Lightning Thief, and I've chosen The Lightning Thief because I really want to read this, and I've been kind of putting it off, not intentionally, so I just want to read it and do it, and yeah, it will be great. I'm gonna read the back because I never explained what it is about, but Percy Jackson is about to get kicked out of boarding school again. And that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological monsters and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook and into his life. And worse, he's angered a few of them. Zeus's master's lightning bolt has been stolen, and Percy is a prime suspect. Now Percy and his friends have just 10 days to find and return Zeus's stolen property and bring peace to a warring Mount Olympus. But to succeed in his quest, Percy will have to do more than catch a true thief. He must come to terms with his father who abandoned him, solve the riddle of the oracle, and which warns him of betrayal by a friend, and unravel a treachery far more powerful than the gods themselves. Ooh, I can't wait to read this. I read it as a kid. I loved it. I love him. I love everything, and I can't wait to be back with my children. Also, something really fun about this book is my mother teaches me bullfighting. All the titles are amazing, like the chapter titles, and I can't wait. It will be great. So I'm gonna get started on this, and I will definitely be able to finish this by 7. Possibly if I don't feel like doing anything else today, I might be able to start with Shadow and Bone before the next roll drop comes out. So exciting! Yeah, I'm gonna get to reading now. So. I think it's kind of accurate that it's raining outside because kind of the vibe of Percy's life, you know? Also, more books need a table of contents because all books, no books have that anymore, table of contents or fun chapter titles. So like, thank you, Rick, for doing the most. And also, I don't know if this is funny or mean, but the bookmark, do you guys choose bookmarks based off of the book you're reading? Because I sometimes do because I just have so many and I want to give them all use, but I chose this one because they're dyslexic. That was funny. It was also kind of mean. So, hola! It is about 2:30 and I have just finished my third book. This is The Lightning Thief by Riordan, and I love it, and it makes me happy, and I gave it 5 stars. I don't know if I would if it didn't have like the nostalgia attached to it, like definitely at least like a 4-star, 4.5, but like it didn't make me cry. I know the other books will, and that's like usually my standard for 5 stars, but just like, it's just so good, and I love everything, and Percy's amazing, and Sally's a queen, and Annabeth's wonderful, and I love Grover, and just, this book is so good, and it makes me just want to go right into the next one, but I can't because of the Readalong, which is, yeah. I also have lots of my thoughts, but I don't want to like just make this whole video a rant about me and how much I love Percy Jackson, but it's really great, and I would recommend it, and I love it, and I'm really happy I read it today. Okay, and then I think since it's 2:30 and the next prompts don't drop till 7, I'm gonna try and read another one, at least start. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This one also technically works as a cultural pick because it's based off of, it's like fantasy, but I think it's based off of like Russia. So that'll be fun. It also has a blurb by Riordan, which makes, I just finished this, so it makes me want to read this. I don't know. We will see, but yeah. This is for this update. My updates are kind of lame, but like, I don't know what else to talk about in a vlog, so this is what we get. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Bye. Hey guys, it's now about 8 p.m, so the third roll drops have been rolled, I guess. I actually haven't finished Shadow and Bone. I haven't even gotten that far. I'm on chapter 6. I am really enjoying it, but I decided I want to take a little bit of a break from reading, and I just watched some shows and ate my dinner, and now I'm going to get back into it, so I'm going to put this on pause for now. The 2 prompts were mystery or thriller, and for this I'm going to be reading Sadie by Courtney Summers. I also have the audiobook for this, because this is the audiobook that I want to read this month, so it works out perfectly. So this is a thriller, and it's about Sadie, who I believe her sister got murdered, and she goes off to get revenge on the perpetrator. And so that's half of the perspective is her doing that. And the other half is written in a podcast perspective as this guy, like, there's a podcast to try and figure out what happened to Sadie. So I think it, like, takes place after. And I've heard great things about this. I bought it because of the cover, like, let's be real. But then after I bought it, I kind of looked it up and I've heard really nice things. So I'm excited to get to this. And I'm either going to listen to it all audibly throughout, like, the rest of the last day, or I'm going to listen to the podcast audibly and then read the rest. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I am going to pick this one up next. So, pausing Shadow and Bone, and we're going to read Sadie before I go to sleep tonight. Then, the next book was a book that you've been gifted. So yeah, I've been gifted a couple of books, but most of them are just presents I bought for myself, or that I've bought, like, with a gift card, and I didn't want to do that because that feels like it's cheating. But then some of the books that I have been gifted, I've either already read, or I just don't feel like reading for, like, this readathon. So I don't really feel like reading this book either, but I'm going to. This is The Arc of What to Say Next by Julie Buxbaum? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's an arc, but I got it way after the release. I got it from my library because I entered, like, some contest thing once and I won it. So I got this free book and another free book and a blanket, I think. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, so no idea what this is about, really. It's true. Opposites attract. The attraction part is easy. It just happens. The tricky part is figuring out what to say next. So it's about Kit and David as they form an unlikely friendship. And it doesn't seem like something I love, but, you know, I'm excited to read it. Seems interesting. And I'm excited to get it off my TBR. Anyway, so yeah, it's also really short. It is, oh, it's not really short. It's like 300 pages. But it looks really short, so I think I'll be able to read this in addition. So that's what's up. That's the update. We now are 3 books that I have to read, and then the final prompt will come out tomorrow. So, like I said, goals to finish Sadie tonight, maybe read a bit more into Shadow and Bone if I can. What to say next will be a tomorrow problem, because I think I'll have the time. Maybe. Hopefully. We will see. So, yeah. Okay, I'm literally 3 minutes in, but I already really enjoyed the format. Like, there's music as the audiobook for the podcast, and I'm like, what? And it's really cool. And that's all I have to say. So, it's like 10:30, and I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired and I want to be ready for tomorrow because I got to grind on this reading if I want to get them done. So, since my last update, I have gotten a bit more into Sadie, and I'm just using the book to keep track of it because I'm listening to all of it audibly, and it is so good audibly. Like, I haven't listened to many audiobooks, but this is the best one so far, probably ever. This, the way it's talked, like, obviously the podcast element is so cool because it sounds like an actual podcast, and it kind of makes me want to listen to podcasts because I haven't before. But yeah, but then even, like, the way Sadie talks, like, I would not have had the same experience if I read it, you know? It gets me, I understand her better, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, yeah, that's what's going on. So, I'm not too far in, but I'm planning tomorrow, maybe before it gets, like, super hot out, I'll, like, go for a walk or something and listen to it. And yeah, but I'm tired, so I'm going to bed. So I will see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It's Sunday. It's the last day. We have like 12 hours left of this readathon, and I have a lot of books to get to. So don't think I'm gonna get to both these last prompts, but I'm gonna try. So the first one that she rolled was a YA fantasy, and obviously I have a lot for that. The problem with these is sometimes they're kind of thick and they're kind of heavy to read, so sometimes it takes a while. So we'll see. One of my options is Cryo's War by Nina Varela. I started this book a while ago, but then wasn't feeling it at the time, so I put it down. Thing with this one is I feel like it's gonna be like a book that I need to take my time with, so I don't know if I can read it for this readathon, but this is an option. Then we have a book that's real fat, so I probably won't be reading it, but I could read a couple stories of it and count it, and that is Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare and Friends. This one, I could actually just read, it's like a bunch of short stories, so I could just read one and then count it. Maybe. We'll see. So, this is an option 2. And my last option is another Shadowhunter book, and that's just the Shadowhunter Codex. It's short. I was looking, like, I organized my Goodreads TBR from shortest to longest, and this was there, and I was like, that's an option. It's a YA fantasy because it's Shadowhunters, and it's just like a textbook about all the Shadowhunter stuff with beautiful art, but with like little written notes from like Clary and Jason, Simon, and whatnot. So we might read that. I don't know. I haven't decided. That will probably be my last one. Okay, and then the final role of the Bookopolathon was a contemporary or a romance. And for this, I'm reading a contemporary romance. Isla, and the Happily Ever After. So this is the 3rd book in the Stephanie Perkins, I guess the trilogy, but like the books, like a companion novels to each other. Like you don't have to read them in any order or anything necessarily. But I've read the other 2, and so this is the last one. And I think I know for sure I read Lola in a couple hours. So I think I can do this. So this is gonna be my primary one out of the 2 because I don't know what to choose. I think I'm leaning towards this because I think it'll be a fast read, but I don't know. I'm going to have breakfast, and I think I'm gonna continue on with Sadie because it grasped me, and it's not that hot out right now, so I might go for a walk and listen to it. And yeah, but then as soon as I'm done that, I will move on to Isla and the Happily Ever After, and then I will continue with all the other prompts if I can do it. So wish me luck. I'll update you soon. It is like 1 p.m. and I have finished Sadie. Damn. Like this book, I think I'm gonna have to keep holding on to it for a while. It's something totally different than I've ever read before, and I feel like I'm kind of empty, you know? I would definitely recommend this. There's a lot of trigger warnings before you go in it, but wow. Like, yeah. I don't have much to say about this book. I can't put into words, but it's a lot. It's kind of hard, but it's just, I don't want to say interesting, but it's like so interesting to see. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have a review for this book, but I would definitely recommend it. I ended up giving it 5 stars because it did almost make me cry at one time. Also, it's just like the way I'm feeling right now. Like, I don't think I can pick another book up for a while, so I still have 6 hours. I think I'm just gonna like distract myself a bit, and then hopefully I'll be able to pick up something else later. But for now, it's like, you know? So I can't really do that, but wow. Yeah. I understand why this book has a lot of good reviews. It's very good, and I am going to be, hopefully, I'm gonna probably get another book by this author because just like, you know, just, yeah, not a very good review, but that's all I have to say that I can actually say. So like I said, I'm gonna not read for a bit because I need a second after this book, but then I'll continue. So update you later. It's 5 o'clock and I just finished my 5th book, Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. With this, that means I have done 1 prompt from each of the roll drops, so technically I've completed the readathon. I'm gonna try and do more just because I'm extra. But yeah, this book, I didn't like it as much as I like the other ones. Just the beginning I was like super confused because I haven't read Anna and the French Kiss in in years, so I kind of forgot about Josh as a character. So I was like, who are you? Who? And then like Isla, I also had no idea who she was, and it was just kind of like, what? It was like a lot at the beginning, so I was like confused. But then like later I felt really like I related to Isla in some ways, which are kind of sad because they're like sad thing, but like it's fine. I like related to her, and I was like, oh, I like that. And then the ending, which is really cute because like it brought like them together, but like also the other characters in the other books, and it just made me happy. And yeah, so like overall I gave it like a 3-star because I liked it, but like a lot of it I was like, what? Like what's happening? I don't know. But like overall it was very good. And yeah. I don't know. What I'm probably gonna do next, since I only have 2 hours, I will most likely continue until I go to sleep, because I've set these books and I want to read them. I'm going to finish Shadow and Bone, and if I can, I'm gonna start with the Say Next, but I probably won't be able to. Shadow and Bone also technically counts as the YA prompt, so I can like double do it for that. So yeah, that's the plan. This one, and then possibly, but probably not this one. But I can always read it later tonight. But there was my update. Yeah. It's done! The Bookopolathon is now finished. It is 7 p.m. here, and it is over. I was able to read 5.5 books, which is fantastic. One from each of the like vol drops, so pretty happy about that. I didn't get to all 8, but you know, it's fine. I don't care. I had a good time. It was fun having to do the find the prompt as like it was going. It was like, oh, you have to find it now if you want to start reading. So that was cool. And overall, it was just fun, and it makes me really want, like I already wanted to do a TBR game, but like I really want to do one. I just haven't thought of one yet. So yeah, it was a great time, got me to read a bunch. I'm very happy. I've told you all my thoughts on the books that I've read, except for Shadow and Bone. I'm actually really enjoying this so far. I really like it. I'm excited to see where it goes in the next ones. I've heard that the main character, like a lot of people think she's really annoying, but I haven't found her annoying yet, so I don't know. But yeah, so these are the books I read. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. If you took part in this, hit me up. Let's talk about it. Did you like it? All that sort of stuff. Also, just like, do you like these vlogs? I don't know. I feel like I don't know what to say in any of them, but you know, I'm trying. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, thank you for watching. I super duper really appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you in my next one. So I hope you're having a super lovely day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you. Bye.